So when we so this is welcome everybody. This is the first September 1st call for the Premier Club, and so many great things are really happening now with doTERRA. There's a lot of momentum. So thank you everybody for joining. And I'm going to be putting these recordings on a training so that we can repeat it over and over again, even if there's not a Premier Club going on. So we as leaders can go back and what do we do here? What did we do there? And collect all this data. Um, so we're not recreating it over and over again. And so my feeling is, as mentors, you're now starting to really take on the role of doing weekly mentors with your Premier Club people. And even others that maybe did not get into the Premier Club, I really, really want to invite them into our group, our All In On Oils uh, Premier Club, that maybe they don't get the bonus, the benefits of enrollment from the doTERRA India, but they can come alongside as like a side participant. I'm going to call them a learning leader participant, so that they're kind of like can come along and feel like they're part of the group. One of the things that I understand why doTERRA, like with the Rise to Founder, we had to submit an application, you had to submit in all the stuff to make it so that you can be part of the Rise to Founder. And I get that. You have to do the work, do the enrollments, do these things to be qualified to be in those programs. And I feel like sometimes people are so new or so young in their understanding of network marketing that maybe they miss the boat, right? And I don't want them to feel sad or feel already neglected, if you will. I want them to be able to still participate inside along with our trainings so that they can get a sense of what it looks like. They can be helpful. They can maybe be worker bees for you to maybe help you with the enrollments while you're busy helping the other participants. Let's take advantage of that and take a look at your list. Hi, Catherine. Hi, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Pukeli, Nabito, Catherine, Amen, Moa. And so I really want to be able to have you guys look at your list and look at the people who wanted to participate but didn't qualify, and reach out to them and say that we're going to do a little side Becky program with our trainings on this campfire night on how they can participate in the Premier Club without doTERRA India participation. Does that make sense? Everybody just give me a thumbs up if you're understanding. Yay. Okay. So I put together a little presentation. Now, this is interactive. You guys, this is for you. And if I want you to, I already showed Abito and Hukeli this presentation to kind of get their thoughts and approval, so that we can see if this fits what you guys need in Nagaland and Manipur and the Northeast. And I want this to work for you guys because you are the leaders. You're the leaders all over India. You know, Catherine's the gold ranking, and she's got things that she's powerhousing it now. I'm so excited for you, Catherine. You really got it going. And so we, just like all in the Rise to Founder, that camaraderie, that teamwork effort, like let's just recreate that within this group of us and then see how we can really together create the culture that works for our team. My secret goal is to have all of you get up to not only founder and solidify it, but to get past that and to become a diamond and faster than in the Semla, faster than any other team. And I know and I love you and believe in you guys can do it. And I am so competitive, and I know each one of you is too. And I think it would be just really fun to be able to um, be the premier. I mean, be the premierly. I mean, I don't even want to say those words because they're a ranking. I want to go way above the blue diamond. The premier of all of India. And we have been working for years. Suke Lee, is this on our, are we on our 5th year? When it comes to December, I think you'll be 5 years with doTERRA. And and yeah, you guys all have it. Yeah. And Huke Lee, you're saying that you're sorry, I got a tickle my throat. Yeah. Seriously, look at how all of you guys pulled together this last month and just really, and when we get the supplements and the meta power, I would start like just kind of dripping a little bit of that information out there that the supplements, we hear that they're manufacturing them in India. They're actually manufacturing them now. And we're hoping that that will be um, coming up very quickly. And but we don't want to get them disappointed because it keeps not coming, but just kind of start tickling out that information. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here. I've got lots I wanted to take care of today. Let's see here. Ah, too many screens open. um, I truly believe, and if anybody has anything to say, please pipe in, please speak, okay? I truly believe um, that the only way to success is becoming a really good mentor. And I'm going to be first to say I'm not the best. I'm learning with you guys too, like what doesn't work, what works. Maybe in my head, I think I'm better at something that I'm not. And that's where us coming together and actually all of us here doing mentor calls like you were in the Rise to Founder, just to touch base, what you're frustrated with, and all those things like that. Because in order to grow our team, we have to, I think it's a mind game. Yes, it's really hard to go out and do those enrollments and do, get the loyalty reward templates running, all those things like that. That's all one level of expertise that we put into play. But I think more important, and Catherine, out of anybody here on this call, can say this, and she could probably agree with me, is that things happen that are out of your control. And to be able to still keep that mindset, no matter what's going on, to keep believing in the opportunity, keep believing in your goals and your dreams, no matter what. I mean, I just get so inspired and in awe with Catherine showing up and keep going. And she's on fire right now. She's gotten a really good volume going this last month, more than it has been in the last year. I'm just really proud of the work. And just imagine that the riots and the houses burning and all the stuff to go through that. And then that's the difficult part of life, right? And then we may have people who pass away in our families. We may have people who just are in a funk that just quit doTERRA or quit things. And so for a mentor, how do we keep working in our mindset to be the inspiration to keep everybody in our downline believing in what we're doing and put them in action? Like, how do we keep moving forward and helping people to believe in action and moving forward no matter what's going on up here? And so, um, personally, I'm working a few days a week at a suicide prevention center with essential oils. And I see kids and youth who've tried to commit suicide come in where they have their whole life ahead of them. They're 9 years old or 13 years old, and I'm using the essential oils to help work with them. But when you think about the mindset that they have, how limited it is. And so when I think about our babies, our young people in doTERRA, they're very limited in their mindset. So as you as mentors, your job is to keep belief in them, keep inserting the belief. And I think every single one of you on this call has wanted to quit at one point in time or another, right? I know, I think I hear that from Ronkston every 2 weeks. I'm gonna quit. And so my job is to keep bringing that inspiration in front of them. I insert my belief in him. I insert that uh, his why or his goals in front of him so that he gets that, he gets his cup filled up again. My job is to fill his cup up with belief. And your job with your leaders is to fill their cup up with belief. And I have sat here and thought about with all the things that we got to work on when we're building our doTERRA business. I really truly believe that what I've been doing with you guys, because I have not been able to go to your classes, I have not been able to drive around doing what you're doing because I'm here in the United States. But what I do all the time is try to insert my belief in you. And so I'm asking you guys that we continue our mentorship calls. We continue this campfire calls as my way to insert my belief in you and fill your cup, to have you be inspired. And when you're not inspired, I want a show of hands. When you're not inspired, will you call me? Will you reach out to me so I can help insert that belief and give you a hug? I can listen to you when things aren't going so well. And sometimes you just need somebody to talk to about that. And that's what I'm here for. Sometimes I can't fix the problem, but just talking about it makes a huge difference. Like, I can't fix Manipore's riot problem, but I can talk to Catherine and have her work it out with me and make a huge difference, just for her to know that this is not going away, that this is her strength, this is her foundation. We are a team here to support her, just like every single one of you. And when you look at your result that's going on, if you're not happy with what your results are, or you got disappointment with the leader here, that's also another reason why we connect. And the reason why you're connecting with your downline on a consistent basis. Many of you have enrolled brand new people again. You guys are just incredible with your enrollments. I just am inspired. Like 13 enrollments, Moa said with one of his leaders this month. I'm just like inspired. I'd want to cry. That is just so incredible. But this is a new builder, right? How do you keep that momentum going? And what you want to do is make sure you always meet with them every week. So your first assignment is to actually schedule mentor calls with each leader who's going to be participating. And let's go back to this real quick. You want to make sure your participants are registered in the program. So you're going to have 2 lists. The people who qualify, make sure they're registered. Does everybody have everybody registered that's supposed to be registered? I want to see, you got Moa. How many people do you have in your team, Moa, that's going to be in the Premier Club?
They were 11 of them, but I hope 4 of them have registered.
Okay, so we have 4 registered, and then the rest we're going to call leadership learning participant or something. They're going to participate in our all-in on oils group here, and they're going to be able to play along with all of the trainings that we have to help them feel connected with us, right? Okay. Now, Catherine, how many do you have that's going to be scheduled in the Premier Club? You don't know? You're just waving me on. You're muted. Huke Lee and Abito, what do you guys have?
Yes. From
So-
Litina's side,
Yes.
we have only one.
Okay, that's who qualified, right? And who wants to participate?
This time she's
Okay.
director.
Okay, wonderful. Now, are there anybody else on her team that would like to be a leadership learner participant in our little alongside the Premier Club? You know, they can come to these meetings, kind of pretend to participate in the Premier Club. Maybe we can come up with our own incentives, you know, for people when they make rank and stuff like that. Do you know if she has a count, or do you have a count on her team for that?
We have good numbers of Bali incentive trip members, but for this, we have only one from Litina's side.
Okay, well, if the people in the Bali trip, if they would like to participate this way as well, reach out to them. Let's get a list and invite them along to these meetings. And my goal is to rise up a lot of the younger leaders and to have this this focus for them, like a focus, consistent focus for them in a structured environment. So if you can schedule a weekly mentor call with each of these leaders, so I know Amen and Rongson are traveling right now, so that if they basically schedule weekly mentor calls, make clear on expectations. So you have people who are wanting to go for Bali, you have people who want to just make up into a different rank, right? I'm curious, okay, Lee, why do you think they're more interested in Bali and not interested in the Premier Club? What do you think is the difference in their focus?
Yeah, most of them are office workers, so they cannot give uh, after for Premier Club, and all the time they cannot give. But they do in the office. They manage their own time. That is how, and almost all of them are women. I mean, children having mothers only. So they will do. They will do. But there should be a reason. So only one we have submitted, but they will do.
Yeah, so beautiful. And maybe, like you said, that they're mothers and they've got the dream to travel, but they really kind of don't want to do the business as like a full-time business thought. And this is perfect for that. How do you win selling a little bit here and a little bit there with doTERRA? So as all of us leaders who are doing this full time, we need many people who are willing to at least do $100 LRP every month just because they're reaching Bali. You know, all those little side goals or side focuses are just a different way of them doing the business. They just don't want to hear, I'm doing the business.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So what is their expectation? So make it clear on what expectations are for them. Like if they want to maybe just get the build guide and just kind of learn a few tricks here and there. Maybe, and then if you can just connect with them once a month. Or I would prefer if you could try, if they're going for Bali, we're in a short window that maybe you can help really pump them up and have them feel good about themselves, about their one enrollment or how they're going along and doing stuff. So this is something where uh, uh, I was never, ever, ever going to do doTERRA. I was never going to do a network marketing company. And Cindy did this to me. She said, well, would you be open to teaching a class? I'm like, sure, I'll help you, Cindy, because I really love you and I want to support you. So I'll have a class. I invited 11 people and all 11 people signed up. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's a way I can make money with this? How does that money thing work? You know, and that hooked me. And so you may find out of these people interested in the Bali, like maybe they're not going to do doTERRA full time, but even if they could do 2 hours a week, that's enough for you to maintain and get volume up on those ranks, on those legs. So basically, I'm suggesting to have Mentor Mondays. And so I'm going to talk about that with us to do that here. And here's what this mentor form I'm suggesting you use that looks like for you to give them. And then they could just quickly fill it out before they get on a call with you. And them going through and filling out the strategy check-in just kind of helps them think about what they may need help with. So maybe you have a leader who, or somebody going to Bali who they have to do the inviting, no matter if they're doing the business or going to Bali. And so, you know, maybe there's some areas that you can help them with some scripts or help them with that kind of stuff. And so having them fill this out doesn't mean that they need to be perfect at everything. It's just a way for you to have a conversation with them so that that way they know, like, you know, where their weak areas are to be able to give them a little inspiration. For me, the inviting, getting on the phone and calling is my hard part. And so I would share with them like, yeah, I'm kind of not, that's not my good part either. This is what I do to get over it. And you just connect with them, right? Any questions on that? You guys seen this form before? So back to when I was talking about Catherine and Manipur, with all the things she had to go through her mind, that this to me, these key skill sets that you want to train in your downline, the number one is responsibility. When you say you will do something, do it. As a leader with all of you guys, this is really important. Sometimes when we communicate to each other, maybe one person's hearing this and the other person is thinking they're saying this, right? How many times have you done that? You said, no, I said this, but the person heard this, right? So start training, repeating back what you understood. So for example, maybe Catherine asked me a question and I think she's asking me this, and I repeat back what's going on just to be sure I'm getting her point. This actually is the number one thing that you want to train your downline to help create that culture of what that feels and looks like. Communication is key. Your word is the only thing you have. Like when we look at Jesus, his word really is coming from the Bible. And we have all these different stories and stuff to help us interpret and to come along to be good Christians, right? And so what is your word that you're giving to people to help them? And that is, you know, doing it yourself as well. Time management, that is huge with you guys. Like, you know, I'm so impressed on going here and going there. It can create a lot of overwhelm. How many of you guys got overwhelmed last week or last month? Pretty busy. Overwhelm comes with all, I like to call it with bees, you know, like those little bugs that fly around in the hive, the bees, and they're flying around and each bee is buzzing with noise. And as a leader, you're going to have more and more and more and more bees flying around your head. And that gets so stressful. So being able to learn to delegate and to have this time management and start speaking with your time management, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do, what you need your leaders to do, but they're making you do it, right? How many things are you doing for your leaders that they should be doing for themselves? And this is a training process. This is a way for you to exercise that practice of being able to delegate, put the belief in them, and go alongside with them and having them do the work. Control the controllable. You can't control everything. People get upset for crazy reasons, whatever. But I'm going to ask you guys for a commitment that if you're mad or frustrated or upset, that everything can be worked out in communication. It may take a little bit of time. It may take some understanding, but we all are here for the same reason. We all here for the same goal. We want to make money. We want to make a difference, and we have our whys that we want to complete with, right? And so your goal here too is to polish. I like to call this polishing. So you're having your downline hone in on their skills with the pipes. And you are honing in on your skills as the pipes too, and as a leader, as a mentor. And so having these weekly calls, the consistency actually is like being on a diet. You can't lose weight if you cheat every day. Oh, today I don't want to do that or whatever, right? And so consistency is what I really want to work on here with you guys. Any questions so far? Any thoughts? Kaylee, do you have any thoughts, or Vito? Do you have
Yes.
anything you want to say, Kaylee?
Yeah. No, I don't have any question.
Okay. Now, I shared this with all of you. This is a chart that, to be honest with you, it looks overwhelming, right? But this is on a Google spreadsheet, and it is something as a tracking system for your downline and you to use through the mentoring. So this is a game, right? So people in Bali, we could do something for the Bali, like they have so many enrollments, or the Power of Three. I mean, I don't remember all the goals for the Bali trip, but it should be very similar for the Premier Club. And like, how many classes are you going to do? And they put the class dates. Oh, I forgot to delete this. This doesn't mean anything to you guys in India. Maybe we could change this to a wellness consult. You know, how many wellness consults do you need? And then if you sampled and all the different stuff here. And then the next page, if you look down here, I don't know if you could see it. Oh, here. There's tabs for every week on the spreadsheet. So this is week 1. And the goal is to incentivize your leaders to get to 40% of their goal the first week. That's big. But can you imagine, like, everybody rushing and rushing and rushing to get those last enrollments the last day of the month, right? And trying to get those volumes. If you trained your team to look at this and look at their back office every day, my gold account manager in the United States, she created this for her all the people she mentors. And she just gave it to me last week. I'm like, where has this been? This is a chart that all successful doTERRA people use. They go to their back office every day. So your goal as a mentor is to teach them to fill this out every day so they can see where their volume is. They can, like today, maybe they have a leader on leg 1. Now you can go in here and change the names. So let's say, Moa, this is Satrangala's chart, and she could change the names to all the leaders that she has, and then have her just fill out every day where her volume is, for example. And then she can see where her growth is and where her growth isn't. right? And then you look at this when you mentor with her once a week, and you can say, oh, okay, well, let's get some more classes scheduled, or how about this person, or can this person teach a class, or you're teaching her to be a leader too. And then every week you want to do your mentor call. So you check that off if you did the mentor call. And then you're going to check off if you called 2 prospects. Now it could be more than that. Maybe you guys, between you and your mentor, you're going to do 3 or 4 or 5 prospect calls every day. Then how many enrollments did they do? How many inactive people did you reactivate? And so on. And so this is not designed to be like, oh, looks like so much work. It should just take you 2 minutes every day to go through and fill it out. And I'm not saying you fill it out. You have your people in the Premier Club fill it out. Okay, so you're teaching them to look at their back office and get familiar with it. Any questions?
Yeah, they can have a class. They can have class more than one also.
Yeah. Yeah, you can have,
The week.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
have as many classes as you want. I mean, you can make this 100 classes, okay, Lee.
Yeah.
You could do 3 a
Yeah.
day if you wanted. Yeah. Yes. And they can be one-on-ones, they can be phone calls, they can be big group classes, they can be anything. Because all of that counts for an enrollment, right? So any way that you connect with people. And this is kind of, you can customize this to be, so each one of you has a gold one. I think I shared, Moa, you got a gold one, Catherine, you got a gold one. So this is designed for Premier, for somebody trying to reach up to Premier. We have one for silver, we have one for gold, but they're basically the same thing, right? There's nothing different. And what you're going to want to do is you can put the name of the leader here. So let's say Rongson, Amen, is going to have her downline. So she's going to put the names of these leaders on their legs and have that leader. So you're going to have probably 20 of these if you have, like Moa, you said you had 11 people that are participating. So you'll have 11 of these charts, one for each leader. And then you'll have one with me as gold, reaching gold, okay? And how you can get there. Does that make sense? Okay, so basically I made this up. It's not accurate. I have not talked to any one of you, but if we could do 15 minutes to a half-hour mentor call going through that chart, this will be another way once every Monday mentoring calls. Like, I don't know, Bito and Huke Lee, 7 o'clock may not work for you. Maybe that works better for Moa. Maybe Moa works better for you for 6 in the morning. I'm fine. But if we could try to schedule it on Monday, and then I wanted you guys to schedule your leaders in the evening, or something. Does that make sense? So just 15 minutes. We go through the chart. Maybe if you're having a struggle with one downline leader, you want some advice or something, that's what I'm here for, okay? So do you have any suggestions on what time you would like to do? Because I could fill this out for the time. Kaylee Nabito, does 7 in the morning work for you on a Monday to do a 15-minute call?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Rongson, does 7:30 in the morning work for you? I think he's there. Almond, she keeps coming on and off. Moa, does 8:30 work for you, or does that conflict with the schedule of school? It does? Okay. Catherine, does 9 a.m. work for you? I don't see her in the picture. And then Sean and Sandra are not on here. So we'll start with this. And again, habits and consistency is really important, okay? Are you good with this? And Huke Lee, you know, Rongson, if you want Huke Lee to come on a call, or Moa, if you want you and Huke Lee and Abito, you reach out to them and see if you want to do that with them. I don't want to take over Huke Lee being your mentor, but I'm trying to help you guys so that you can go out and do what you need to do best, and that we can have this consistent support. Okay. So Catherine, does 9 a.m. in the morning work for you for mentor call on a Monday? She disappeared again. Okay. So basically then, we're just going to be going through and doing this education. And this is where that trust really comes together. When you're trying to build up leaders, if you set up this mentor call with them every week, they're going to build more trust in you. They're going to build more respect in you. And this is going to be just something that's going to be really valuable. And you're going to learn.
Becky, just.
Yeah. Are you there? I think we lost Moa. Moa, are you there? Did you have a question, Moa? You're muted.
Yes, Becky, the schedule is very good. I don't know whether you are actually trying to tell us to have a Zoom call or two phone connections.
Either way, it could be phone.
Call.
It can be on a phone. And I would like you to.
Yeah, phone will be more better. Yes.
Yeah, we could do Zoom or phone. You just let me know, you know, maybe beforehand if you want to Zoom this time. Maybe we need to look in your back office, and or maybe we just do phone call as you're running to a meeting. That's fine too. Yeah. But what I'm going to be looking at is that chart. So this chart that we're going to be filling out here every day, you're developing these habits that you want to create this culture of your downline doing the same thing so that they can be present to what they're focused on. And also this chart. And you could just take a picture, send it to me and say, hey, I don't have time today, but what do you think? Maybe we could, you can send me some information on such and such, and I can do that too. So my goal is to make it brief, quick, so it's not going to drag down your day. Okay. Good question. So basically, my goal is to help you not have your leaders quit, not have leaders get disappointed, and to be able to keep people moving forward in their beliefs. So the first assignment with your downline is to go ahead and have them learn how to get their why together. So do you remember in the Rise to Founder, the first week was the assignment to work on their why? And then get the schedules done. Let's see here. I have some training that I've done. Now look at, I've got 18 of you guys have jumped in on this. Welcome to doTERRA training. Have you seen this? Who here on this call has not seen this? Moa, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Who, Kaylee?
Yes.
Yeah. And this might be a great way when my thought is when your team is enrolling people. So we had 89 enrollments so far for last month. That's incredible. It's really great. So with those 89 enrollments, I'm going to add them to an email series of 20 emails that go out over a 2-month period of time, like 6 weeks. And your name or the person who enrolled them, their name will be on the email as well. So it will say, "Hi, Martha, welcome to doTERRA," the email, and then sincerely, Moa and Becky, your upline from USA. And so that email series is to get them connected to the resources, get them connected to this, get them connected to things. And a lot of people don't even look at email. But I'm going to ask you to train your downline, to train their new people, that we communicate a lot via email. And if they can get in the habit of looking at it a little more often, once a week or once every other day or something, to be able to help educate them. You're going to also want to add them to your WhatsApp group. Now, I saw a lot of you guys adding everybody to my Inspire India group, which is wonderful. And a lot of you, I've trained you to have your own WhatsApp group, which is great. Some of you may have your own builders group and your own customer group. Whatever works for you, I'm all for it. And maybe you have somebody who's really wanting to build a bit, whatever you decide, just make sure you add them to a place where you can communicate to them quickly. Because when you have 2,000 people in your downline and they're all calling you for a protocol, you can't survive. So you're going to need to really start training people to be more efficient and more independent on finding those protocols, or go to the groups and have them ask those questions in the group so people in the group can learn how to find those protocols. And then make sure that we schedule, when you enroll people, that you get the second, the wellness consult, which is the second enrollment, really. Then you're going to schedule 3 months in advance with them their LRPs. So maybe they just order toothpaste 1 month, maybe it's an On Guard the next month or whatever. It could be one thing, or it could be 100 LRP, 100 PV LRP. But schedule 3 months so that they're used to thinking about that template and trying to understand that. This template is something that's going to be real important for you guys to train and work with. So I created this form. So this form is something that you can have on your phone as a shortcut. And whenever somebody enrolls, just fill out this form and it will trigger automatically that email series. So it's just a technology thing. It's just incredible. So if you fill this out and you hit submit, they will get the first email. And then it will automatically email them on those days over a long period of time. And this is going to be really important to do. And I think that if you can train your downline and everybody to just do that, that would be huge. You guys have any questions on that? What do you think of this idea?
Yeah, I think Becky, this is very creative, and I believe this will really work it out, particularly in a orphan setting. I mean, city setting or town setting. This is really going to be a great help. This is how we need to really motivate our downlines through various channels. And as you have said, digital is something where it can really reach faster than anything. So I think this is actually very creative, and I appreciate for what you are doing for all of us. Yeah.
And thank you, Ma. I feel that maybe 50% of your people don't even look at email, right? Maybe some people don't
Yeah,
even have email. But if we can
that's very true.
capture if we can capture that percentage that do, that will be better than not at all, right? So we do our best to get that information out. I don't want to be one of those leaders that people say, "Oh, I signed up under, I'm not going to pick on Imna Summer, but why not? I signed up in under her team, member under her team, but they never supported me. I never heard from them. I didn't have the information." And that's because they never got tapped into the resources that we put together. I mean, we got the Facebook pages, we've got all these things, right, with tons of information. But I feel that many people in the Northeast are people who want to be handheld more. So teach them how to be handheld more by taking initiative to look at their emails to get that information, to participate in the WhatsApp group, and really and get them going so they know the new promotions. And again, if you can even just capture 50% of your team, you're going to start seeing more volume consistently going up with the LRP. Now, I'm going to need one of you guys or a couple of you or whoever would like to do a video where we can actually show in the back office how that template works and how people can use it and set it up. I can add that video to one of the emails too, just as a refresher, just so people have something to help them remember. And it would be great if you guys can speak it in your language, like Catherine, maybe you and Sean do it Maniportese and so on, right? Okay, so basically all we're doing then is just talking about creating those habits, you know, the great mindset. We got all the tasks, the pipes, of course, but this is the game of making that mindset strong for all of your leaders. And again, accountability, coachable, vision, perseverance, positivity. I love what Abito said in the group chat. Let's be positive. Yeah, and gracious. So that's really all that I have today, I believe. So, oh, I got the restore commitment page here. You know, I know that we've had people come and go. Maybe the momentum wasn't fast enough to build their business, but this is a good time to reach back to them and get them going again. Maybe if there's 10 leaders that quit, maybe you can get one recommitted again. And this is part of you as a mentor to practice that. Like, how do you keep people committed? How do you keep people going with doTERRA? What are the things that they want to hear? How do you talk to them? What maybe was missing for them in the beginning, that maybe you were beginning with doTERRA yourself and you didn't have the knowledge that you do now? And so reaching back and reconnecting them, listen to what they're saying, and you know, whether overwhelmed or do they need better help prioritizing, all that stuff. And when you do that, you share that with me, like, oh, this person quit because of this, or this person did this, and what could we do different for them that would help fill their cup? Like, how can we fill their cup so that they feel like they're supported and committed? Okay, so that was pretty much everything that I have. I'll go ahead and stop the recording.